He's trained. Shake. Uh-huh. Speak.
Hi there.
Did that dog just say hi there?
Oh, yes. My name is Doug. I have just met you, and I love you. My master made me his collar. He is a good and smart master, and he made me this collar so that I may talk. Squirrel! My master is good and smart. Popcorn. So, you want to get into the mind of an ADHDer? Yes, I'm eating popcorn through my blog. That's rude. You want to know what it's like to be in the head of an ADHDer? First, you have to make sure that you're talking to somebody that actually has ADHD. You might be wondering to yourself, how do you know if an ADHDer is actually an ADHDer or an ADD or whatever they want to call it, because I'm not really quite sure what the differences are anymore. If you've ever seen this person say, I'm bored, surefire way, not ADHD. For an example, I look at this piece of popcorn that just hit me in the face. It's got all kinds of sizes, all kinds of colors, all kinds of smells. All of your senses are constantly going, what the hell is that? And then you eat it. The thought is no longer there. Alright. That doesn't really apply to anything, but that piece of popcorn was good and it was a good excuse to eat it. Perfect example right there. We are now completely off topic. I, in fact, do have ADHD. I was diagnosed when I was younger, and I tried Ritalin. Ritalin didn't really do anything aside of make me not want to eat. I find that a lot of the people that I know that have strong cases of ADHD also have OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder. Here's an example of something that I thought of when I was a kid. I was sitting at the table and I was watching a movie. There was a piece of popcorn here and a piece of popcorn here. Better. There was two pieces of popcorn. Do you think it would bother anybody on the planet to sit in between two pieces of popcorn? No. If it was two balls of fire that were melting your skin, okay, you might want to move. Me, on the other hand, it just drove me nuts that there was no other pieces of popcorn in the room and I was sitting in between them. Secondly, I thought, no big deal, I'm just going to move over. So I move over. Then I realized that the edge of the coffee table is directly in line with my face. No big deal. Or is it? It in fact is a big deal, and I'm not sure why, but it's just one of those things that comes with having OCD. I think the part of me that has OCD wants me to be more organized, but the problem is the ADHD part is a lot stronger and forces me to forget that I was even thinking that in the first place. Popcorn. I intended to make this vlog about something completely different than what it is, and then I decided to scrap that idea because I thought it was time to discuss ADHD. I don't want to be one of those people that's on the internet saying, I have ADHD and not actually have ADHD, so just to let you know, I have ADHD. I actually have a letter from my doctor. That's a receipt. But it doesn't really matter because I can't really show you it in person anyways. I'm going to try to tell you, the viewer. Here's an example. I'm going to try to tell
afraid someday they're gonna tell him that he has attention deficit, a disorder that 1 in 4 men are infected with. The band-aid on a mystery they wish to decomplicate, then medicate to accommodate the commonness of why he can't concentrate. They'll say in class he seems lost. I'll say his mind has free sight. But nowadays we raise young ones to be much more machine-like. Because big industry needs employees who are machines, right? Who don't make history, just live on some efficiency, hype marching submission. That's the mission, keep the seams tight, teach kids the repetition so they grow up industry types. Now here's my nephew. Homework in one hand and a serious addiction to the 90s typo equivalent of Legos in the other. In this corner, an unbelievably white blank unanswered page of questions he could not be less engaged in. And in the other corner, a 4-foot-long replica of the Star Wars Millennium Falcon creatively constructed using pieces from 4 separate Lego sets, color-coded in a working loading bay. Clearly, it ain't trouble paying attention. He'd just rather be playing invention. So as I investigate your motives for why you try to medicate him, I beg to question. Let's do the equation. It's $23.99 for a month of pills, which is 10 milligrams. That's 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram. That's 1,000 divided by 10 milligrams. That's 100 bottles times the price of 1 bottle. That's $23.99. That's roughly $2,400 per every gram of Ritalin in the country. Times that, see, 1 kilo is 1,000 grams. So $2,400 times 1,000 grams is $2,400,000 per kilo of Ritalin times the 17,618 kilos that were brought in and sold in the pharmaceutical business here in 2001. That means they got a $42,283,200,000 industry. It's brilliant. Tell kids they're inferior, then have them buy back their efficiency. At first I thought attention deficit must be on some new epidemic shit, till I found out the US consumes globally 90% of it. Diagnose you inferior so the privatized medics get your money in a country where you go broke buying your benefits. And I don't want to see Sean ever look up from his book and wonder why everyone else is on page 15 and he's still on page 2. Because he's been off somewhere dreaming about fighting dinosaurs, making Lego robots, and drawing Spider-Man till his fingers hurt and had to snap out of his daydream just to satisfy you. Don't tell Sean he learns wrong. If minds didn't wander, we wouldn't have Gandhi for your spiritual revolution. No black power fist shaking at a crumbling divide. No Vietnam soldiers on their way home. Shit, hip-hop came from kids who couldn't seem to pay attention. There'd be no jazz, no tap shit. We'd still think the world was flat if not for strained attention. And as I watch, my now 3-year-old nephew's mind begin to wander, while the rest of the kids continue to bark secret code words at a dried-up tap in hopes to bring it back to life. Sean, much shorter and younger than the rest, scans the playground, walks across the sand and presses a shiny silver dollar-sized button on the red post, which restarts the spout and shoots water into the palms of eager youngsters. He walks back to the group. Right then he could have been Rizal, Monet, Marx, Neruda, the one to walk outside the box and do something powerful. They are afraid of you, Sean, because you beg to question, because boys like you grow into men worth a mention. Build a world with your blocks, draw in any direction, and if they ever tell you that you can't focus, good, pay them no attention.